Less than 2 weeks after Norwich city officials announced the immediate suspension of operations at the Yantic volunteer firehouse, a new lawsuit has now been filed against the city, which aims to change that. This dispute stems from what city leaders describe as the volunteer unit's refusal to come under a unified chain of command. Fox 61's Aaron Coogan is in Norwich tonight with what that lawsuit claims and what this means for public safety moving forward.
Well, here it is, filed on behalf of not only the Yantic volunteer unit, but 4 out of the 5 volunteer departments throughout the city of Norwich. This 41-page lawsuit looks to serve as a lifeline to preserving volunteerism throughout the city. But as city manager John Solomon, who finds himself on the other side of this lawsuit, argues it's actually going to complicate coming to a resolution. The new lawsuit claims the city of Norwich, city manager John Solomon, and city fire chief Sam Wilson have all acted beyond their legal powers in calling for the indefinite suspension of operations at the Yantic volunteer firehouse amidst orders to organize all volunteer units under the city-led unified chain of command. Quote, the suit is aimed at the basis of the authority used to remove Yantic from fire and EMS service, a post to Yantic's Facebook page reads. This is the same perceived authority that's being used to justify drastic changes all across the Norwich volunteer fire service, end quote. The 41-page lawsuit has been filed on behalf of 4 out of 5 volunteer units throughout the city. Yantic, Taftville, Ockham, and Laurel Hill have all signed their names to the suit. East Great Plain was the only volunteer department excluded, as they've agreed to operate under the city's order. So what does this mean for the immediate future?
When you have a lawsuit, it complicates the discussion.
City manager John Solomon, who's named in the lawsuit, says the new litigation only prolongs coming to a resolution.
Unless I get permission from the volunteer companies, I can't talk directly to them.
Right now, the city agency is fielding all calls that typically would be responded to by Yantic, and while the only station as of now to have their doors closed. Are the other 2 volunteer departments that are listed on the lawsuit going to see a similar fate to Yantic?
Possibly. How can we be assured that when the different parties go to a fire, that they'll be working together?
Solomon says it's a matter of public safety, and a legal battle, he says, will fall the city's way.
There have been similar cases that have gone before the court in Connecticut, and even to the Court of Appeals, and were struck down. So there's precedent already for what we're doing. So we're very confident.
Meanwhile, one of the primary concerns for residents during all of this was if it could happen to Yantic, could it happen to my neighborhood volunteer department as well? A rally in support of those volunteer departments is scheduled for next week. In Norwich, Aaron Coogan, Fox 61.